Giving feedback or criticism can be a difficult pill to swallow for both the giver and the receiver. It's like in the movie scene The Matrix, where Neo is given the choice between the red pill or the blue pill. The red pill reveals the unpleasant truth, and the blue pill is to remain in blissful ignorance. Giving feedback doesn't have to be so bitter. In this video, I'm going to share with you the sandwich method and how you can employ it to make your feedback more pleasant for both the giver and the receiver. What is the sandwich method? Basically, it's the way that you would layer your feedback. So you'd give 1 point of praise and then a point of criticism, and then to finally top it off, a point of praise again. And as you can imagine, it looks like a sandwich. So you got 2 buns and the filling in the middle. So you could really imagine you got a hamburger or a cheeseburger, or perhaps a quarter pounder from McDonald's. So you got the warm bread bun of praise, and then you got the filling, which is the criticism, and then you have the bottom warm bread bun of praise again. And this really makes your feedback more palatable, more digestible when giving it out. And you can use this method, doesn't matter who you are, you can use it in any circumstance where you're giving feedback. Whether you're a teacher talking to your student, a manager talking to your team, a parent talking to your son or daughter. I've used this personally in Toastmasters when I'm giving speech evaluations. If you guys are enjoying my videos, click the subscribe button. It will really help motivate me to continue to make more videos on communication, leadership, and personal development. Before I go into the examples of using the sandwich method in action, I'm going to give you the reasons why you should use the sandwich method. Reason number 1 is that everyone takes criticism differently. Some people are able to handle it, some people are able to take it a lot more than others, whereas some people will completely shut down the moment they get negative feedback. Using the sandwich approach will allow you to be able to give feedback in any circumstance, whether they're able to take negative feedback or whether they're not. Reason number 2 is giving praise and positive feedback. It's really easy to get focused on what has been done wrong or incorrectly. And it can be very hard to see what's been done right and really appreciate the person for what they've done that's gone well. In Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, his book talks about studies where people, when rewarded with praise, they learn more rapidly and are able to retain much more information compared to those who are punished for bad behavior. Reason number 3 is that it helps promote receptiveness and allows the person receiving the feedback to be able to listen more. Imagine if you gave the negative feedback first, the person might not even listen to you. But giving praise, people are willing to listen and hear you out, and then giving the negative feedback afterwards will help make it more digestible. Reason 4 is that both parties will feel proud. Now, you'll feel proud that you're able to give feedback in a very sensitive and effective way. And the person receiving it will feel great because they will understand that you're able to see the positive side of things where they've been appreciated for what they did do right, and they will be able to take in more of what they can do better for next time. So those are the reasons why you should use the sandwich method. Now on to the examples of where this method is used in action. So the first example I'd like to give is one where you're evaluating a person's speech. Now I do this all the time in Toastmasters. So let's say the person that has given the speech, they have a confident, loud voice, but they used palm cards and were holding it with both hands throughout the entire speech. The way that I would use the sandwich method is something like this. Hey, great job on your speech. I really liked your confident voice, and it was loud enough so that it would project throughout the entire room so that everyone can hear you. A point of improvement from me where I think you could use so that you can help make your speech much more effective is perhaps not using the palm cards, because I feel like you've got so much emotions and expression that you want to be able to give to the audience, but you can't because you're holding the palm cards with both hands. But other than that, you've done a great speech. I've learned so much from it with your great content. Thank you. So that's like an example of giving a speech evaluation using the sandwich method. So the second example is one of a colleague that I used to work with. So what's happened is her husband has made her pasta for lunch, but she tells me that her pasta is quite bland and dry and it could do with a little bit more sauce. Using the sandwich method, I told her, why don't you tell your husband how much you appreciate he's made the pasta for you, but tell him that it could do with a little bit more sauce, and if you could do that, I think you would have made the best pasta ever. Something like that can really help boost a person's confidence without tearing them down. Question of the day. Do you have any advice when you're giving feedback to another person? If you do, I'd love to hear it. So put it down in the comment section below. Using the sandwich method will allow you to be a bit more sensitive and considerate in giving feedback. Because this reminds me of the quote of, it's not what people don't remember what you say, but they'll remember how you made them feel. And if you've made them feel, confident and positive about themselves when giving feedback, hopefully they'll be able to learn it and utilize it a lot more effectively. So hopefully you guys have learned a lot about the sandwich method. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.